This is Kevin Mayo, and today we're drinking Goose Island IPA. So it's an English-style IPA. Our IPA opens up with a fruity aroma, set off by a dry malt middle and a long hop finish. Looked at their website. I mean, this is the whole controversy. They were bought by InBev, Anheuser-Busch. So just looked at their website, and it talks all about their roots in Chicago. And you hear around the bottle, it says that they're brewed in either Baldwinsville, New York, or Fort Collins, Colorado. Don't know what's going on. I'm just thoroughly confused at this point of trying to find out how much of the original brewery's left, how much is gone, are they still doing anything the original way. So I guess the proof will come down to the taste. They do give you a date on it. It was brewed on December 16th. They say it'll last up to 180 days. I think it's a little long for an IPA to last. But this is a little less than 2 months. Today is like the 8th of February. So let's go ahead and give it a crack and see what we got. As always, if you like the reviews, please subscribe. We're always looking for new friends. And go ahead and leave some comments, because it's always fun to talk about beer. We could even make fun of Anheuser-Busch if we want. So, let's take a look at the what we have for appearance. So it's a dark orange, super clear. I mean, you can see right through this thing. You could basically almost read a newspaper through it. I can see the spots on the other side of the glass from where it air dried. We got really like 2 fingers of bright white head on it, and still a fair amount of carbonation streaming up through it. I mean, not overly carbonated, but we still got bubbles coming up through it. Aroma time. And I got a pretty classic IPA. I got a nice malt up front, like a nice malt background. I got some pine aroma in there. I've got like a tropical fruit in the middle of that aroma. More, I don't know, like a mango or along that line. It's not citrusy. It's more of a passion fruit, mango type thing. And then a little bit of cut grass in there, a little bit of fresh cut grass. Let's try the taste. Just a solid IPA. You get a nice bready, malty up front. I mean, yeah. So I used like saltine crackers, but just that malt at the front of it, nice earthy, malty flavor. It is 5.9% alcohol. In the middle, I do get a little bit of grapefruit. Well, let me modify that. Actually, I get a nice solid, like grapefruit flavor. There's some pine in there, a little bit of that cut grass. You're getting that resin on the tongue. It finishes reasonably bitter, not overly bitter. And they do call this English-style IPA on the label. But I would find it more of an American-style IPA than an English-style IPA. The English styles I still find to be a little bit less hoppy, less bitter than this one. This is actually really a nice go-to drinkable IPA. The formula probably goes back 20 years now, or close to that. So, man, probably 15 years. And I don't know if they've tweaked it all over the time, but it's just a real solid. I think of my 2 go-to IPAs lately when I'm just looking to pick up a 6-pack to have at the house and drink it is either Lagunitas or Dogfish Head 60. This is different. It's a little more subdued, some different flavors in it, but it's really the same concept. It's reasonably balanced. I get my malt, I'm getting my flavors in the middle, I'm getting my bitter in at the end. Really, this could go into the rotation as a drinkable IPA, an everyday IPA. Not a session IPA. because I tend to find those a little bit weak for the most part. This is a pleasant surprise. I've had it once or twice before. I've had it, though, at a basketball venue. I was at a games, and they had it on draft, and I think that more than likely it was just too cold, or it wasn't turning fast enough, because that's the land of Bud Light, basically, at a place like that. So maybe it's not turning back fast enough, and I'm losing the hop of its flavor. Like I said, this is about 7 weeks old, should still be reasonably fresh. I'm going to give it a good score. I mean, I like this beer a lot. I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to give it an 85 out of 100. Till next time, keep drinking.